Welcome here, everybody. I don't know, I wasn't prepared for an intro. Anyways, welcome here, Brainstorm. Welcome here, Lim Ollie. Welcome here, Century Bit. Welcome here, It's Human. Welcome here, Konoko Fire. And welcome here, Penne Wald. Sorry for missing last live. What was it about? Probably nothing important, but I guess you're about to find out. I am making a game for a contest that for an art contest my friend is putting on. And I'm gonna win it. And that's about all you need to know about the last stream. Anyways, this is what we've made so far. So what I am working on is making a sort of Dark Souls type game, except you play it in a very unconventional way. Not actually with an Xbox 360 Kinect, but that's the easiest way to explain it. How the way you actually play it is using... Actually, allow me to open it up. Go into my files. Using a program called VC Face, which my friend ZynthBeats at twitch.tv/ZynthBeats, yes, I got another plugin, uses for his VTuber software. It's a program called VC Face. Basically, I have hacked into VC Face and I'm using it to control this game. Not yet, though. I'm not using that yet. Because I am first starting out with making the game controllable with mouse and keyboard, and then I'll move over to using VC Face just so I can debug it. But if I open it up, starts, I need to move my monitor back. Wait for it. You can see if I actually move in real life, the character moves in game. It doesn't do anything currently though, because everything controls actually with mouse and keyboard. You have a sword. I did a little bit of coding off camera just to make it look a little bit better. Once I actually have a real sword in there, like an actual 3D model, I'll make the hands actually grab it. But for now, they're just kind of sandwiching it. You can move the sword around. You can block with the sword. And that's about all we did yesterday, because most of the time we were actually just talking. Any questions? No? Okay, let's go. Oh, now I actually need to read chat. My normal chat I use is not working today, so hopefully I can read this. He said my name, Pog, you're famous. Yeah, you're famous now, Brainstorm. Mom, I made it. Yeah! I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my friends I made along the way. Yeah, there you go. Everyone clapping for Brainstorm for making it. He's famous now. If it's cheating if I make a model and you put it in the game, it's not cheating. It's an art contest. Did you play the Steam Key game? Anyway, speaking of the Steam Key game, I've just been really busy, It's Human. I haven't gotten around to it. I just started, like, I've had a bunch of videos to edit. I've been working on other projects on my own, and then I've also just recently been on a new Splatoon team, so we're trying to actually get into some tournaments. So no, I haven't. This evening, It's Human. After stream, I will check it out. Because if I know I don't, I will schedule myself to do something and not get around to it again. If I don't say when I'll do it. I have to talk about it literally every stream again. Speaking about the Steam Key game, yeah, nope. Can I be in a vid? I don't know. It's possible. Typically my videos are like completely scripted though, so like when it comes to, oh, am I gonna be in a video? Probably not, because my videos are all scripted and I don't really use live footage for them. Alright, the next things I want to do. In this game, the next thing I want to do is I want to be able to attack. Because currently you can move your sword around, but this doesn't do anything. I want to be able to click and it'll do a swipe and it'll attack. That's what I want to do today. I don't know if I'm gonna get anything else done. I was in a video and now I have people following me everywhere. I don't think that's how that works, Penne Wald. I don't think that's how that works. I've been in people's videos that are significantly bigger than me, and yeah, I do not have... After those, I did not have people following me out of seams everywhere. It does... Okay. Anyways, coding. Player controller. Before you guys distract me, we're actually gonna get work done today. It's gonna happen. We're actually gonna write code instead of sitting here talking about random stuff the whole time. Alright, I wrote one line of code. Now you can distract me as much as you want. Go on, what do you want to distract me about? I wrote one line of code, we're good. I'm waiting to be distracted. Okay, Batman or Iron Man? Oh, here we go. Now I can be distracted. So... I don't watch superhero movies anymore. So... We'll just do Batman because he's cool. And that's literally all I'll say. The current geopolitical state of the world. Yeah, that's everyone's favorite small talk topic. When you're just like sitting down with someone, it's just awkward silence, like, oh, how's the weather? No, you ask, how's the current geopolitical state of the world? Okay. I'm actually gonna rename this function to attack. Because I want to write all my code. Oh. I want to write all my code in here. Okay. So if input.get mouse button down dragon emoji doesn't even look like a dragon. That's a dragon emoji? Wait, what? I need to look closer at this. No, it's called dragon face, the emoji. I don't think that's meant to be like a... What would you call, like, the classical, like... dragon? I want to call it a horse with wings dragon, but I know that's not actually. Lizard with wings dragon. Like, what would you call that kind of dragon? Would that be like a Western dragon? I don't know. But yeah, that looks more like a Eastern representation of a dragon head. Not sure though. Okay, code. It's gonna happen. I'm going to make a game one of these days. If you press left click. And then else. Okay. Alright. You know, if you guys do spam that emoji in chat, I won't be distracted and I actually will get coding done today. It could happen. And immediately you guys stopped spamming that emoji in chat, and now what am I gonna do? I can't be distracted anymore. I mean, you guys want to distract me or something. Fumbling on my words, I just started stream. Okay. I think for this attack function, we're going to have the sword... Give it a second. We're going to have the sword at a certain angle when we do attack. And so... Oh yeah, also, I added some smoothing So that it doesn't, so when you block, it actually, like, transitions. It looks nicer now. Sorry, distracting. Hey, Astro, how was your day? Thanks for asking. My day has started only recently, because I just had lunch. And then I started stream. And so I'm about to find out how my day has been going. During stream, I'll find out. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to take the angle the sword is currently at when I do attack, and then do a slash across while keeping the sword's Z angle at the same angle the whole time. I need to have a variable for the duration of the swing. And I need to have a variable for the end lag on the swing. I'm from Spain, it just turned 7 o'clock. I mean, most people who are watching my stream are from Europe. What time is it where you all live? It is 1 o'clock for me. So you have my answer. 8 p.m., yeah, that checks out. Well, we have 7, we have 8, 7:15, yeah, I mean, it's 1:15 here. Yeah, 7:15, okay, 8:13, 1:14. Nothing more than a koi. Are you on your way to my location right now? Because that's what time it is for me. Unless you mean 1:14 in the morning, then I guess I'm safe from anyone invading my house at this time. But if you are on your way to, I don't know, afternoon, nothing more than a koi is on his way to my location. Run.mp4, yeah. I mean, for all you know, since I don't have a face cam, I could be on my way to actually your location. Nothing more than a koi. You never know that. I could be anywhere. I could be running at full speed and also streaming at the same time. You would never know, because you've never seen my face. Anyways, I need a variable for attack length and public float attack and lag. It's human. Are you actually a human or just Eastern European? Are you trying to imply that people who live in Eastern Europe are not human? What are you trying to imply, Penewald? I'm curious what you're trying to imply with that. Did I see the vid you posted earlier in chattings? I did see that you posted a vid, but I was eating lunch, and I was setting up stream after that, so I didn't have time to look at it. Welcome here, BL33, or I'll just interpret that as an E, and then it'll be bleep! Okay, code. I said I would write code. It's a vid of Astro Funny Run game you're making. No way, I'm being featured at a game? That's crazy, I must be famous. I'm like the Mr. Beast now of software development. I'm being put in everyone's games now. I need a private float for... You're at 9.69k subs? Yeah, I am. Let's go, there's the exact number. Just imagine if we got that to 1 more. But you'll never see it, because I'm not bringing that back up. Okay, but serious, now I have European who's just want to say we are humans. Okay, I've never been to Europe, so I wasn't sure it's human. I mean, like, the only 2 places I've been is, like, to Canada and then the US, and that's it. And I could tell you, people in the US, they are not human, so I didn't know if it was the same in Europe as well, if the only humans were all in Canada. Yeah, I wasn't sure, but thanks for clarifying. And someone's gonna clip that and put that in an out-of-context compilation. Welcome back, cool grandma. What was I doing? Oh. Code. Yeah. Do you know geography or are you American? I like that those are the only 2 options. Okay, else if... Okay, I need to check if the timer is running down. Okay, so, attack timer. Okay, if attack timer is greater than 0. Got to go, goodbye. Alright, see you around, Brainstorm. Alright. What I need to do is I need to check when you press the attack button. Oh, and I need to add an attack timer equals 0. I need to add that in there. So I need to check if you press the attack button and you can attack because the previous attack is over. That will set the attack timer to the attack length plus the attack end lag. Then here, I can just do attack timer minus equals time dot delta time. Can do that at the end. I actually think I can separate that because I can do this because I can do it on the same frame. I can start the attack. Does anyone know how to draw a good roguelike character? I don't. Glad I could help. Engineer gaming. Here in the UK, which is like the donut hole of Europe. You know, the UK does seem to be like, kind of be like, no, we're our own continent. The UK does seem to like to act like that, from what I've seen. They pretend that the rest of Europe doesn't exist. Well, their government does, at least. We are special. And to be fair, I probably don't know a lot about the UK. You want to move to Switzerland? The US sucks. Yeah, a lot of places suck. But I have heard that there is a really nice... My, brother and sister went on vacation to, place in Switzerland. It was a really nice place. I forget where they went. But they took lots of pictures and it looked really pretty. Fun fact, you've never been on a plane? Really? You never have? I mean, I myself have not been on a lot of plane rides in my time. But I'm just a little bit surprised that you've never been on one. Your dad is Canadian born, so you're trying to weasel a citizenship out of it? If you don't live in Canada, you will not be able to weasel a citizenship out of that. Like, to maintain, because first of all, to maintain a Canadian citizenship, well, there's a couple of ways you can get a Canadian citizenship. Either you pass the citizenship test, or you were born in Canada. Let's say you did, when you were born, you started with a Canadian citizenship because your dad was Canadian. Let's just assume that you started with one. 6 months later, you lose it because you weren't in Canada. If you're not in Canada at least once every 6 months, you actually lose your Canadian citizenship. So, I hate to break it to you, you can't weasel a Canadian citizenship out of your parents were born in Canada. It doesn't quite work. Also, welcome here, Luca. No log cabin for me then. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, Canada does have, like... I feel like it's the highest rate of immigration in the world. I'm gonna look it up. No, I don't want to know which country has the most immigrants. I want to know which country has the... No, I don't want to know how many immigrants are in a country. I want to know how many people are immigrating to a country every year. Sorry, doing research. No, I don't want to join your newsletter. Okay, I can't find it, but Canada... Yeah, Canada definitely is up there. Australia too. I would never migrate to Australia just because spiders. I hate spiders, but that's also probably because I'm Canadian. Astro in his own world. I'm researching. Why do programmers use dark theme when coding? Because light attracts bugs. That's true. That is true. Unfortunately, I'm not programming in the dark, but I do use dark mode. Yeah, Canada has set up that it is, like, quote-unquote accepting 300,000 immigrants every year. The amount of people that actually immigrate into Canada is about double of that every year. I feel like. Okay. Now I need to look that up. Apparently, it's roughly 500,000 people immigrate to Canada every year, but Canada, like, quote-unquote legally accepts 300,000 every year, but, like, but they just kind of let every other person that's after that 300,000 slide. They're like, yeah, just come. So, Canada is a big place for immigration. And, like, it's very obvious if you actually, like, live in Canada, like, there's, like, a lot of Filipino people in Canada because a lot of people in the Philippines are trying to immigrate into Canada. What is red and bad for your teeth? Probably a baseball painted red. I'd guess. It's human. A brick? Yeah, that's what I thought. Only immigrants we get are Ukrainians. That's fair. I mean, like, the majority of the immigrants we get are Filipino, but we do get a lot of Indian immigrants as well. Although specifically where I live, the Indian immigrants typically immigrate more to like Ontario and Toronto area, whereas like Filipino immigrants typically move into the more smaller cities, more like further out west, I find. Or like central Canada. Not that it's really a big deal. What's up, big child man? Who you call a big child man? You want to start a fight, Stellax? Huh? You want to go? You? Man, mods, get him. Time him out for 10 seconds. I'm mad. Ain't no way. You see, there it is. Let's go. Man, get got, Stellax. Yo, 9.69 subs. I'm pretty sure I have more than 0.69 of a person subscribing to me. Although I do realize that, you forgot the K. Hey dude, how are you? I'm doing fine. Welcome here, Rudra. I'm gonna send a speedrun timer script. Why do we need speedrun timers? Never mind. Okay. Anyways, coding. Just kidding, we're never gonna get coding. Too long script. What am I coding? Alright. This. And then you can block. It's Dark Souls if it was cool. I'm gonna start a lot of fights by saying it's Dark Souls if it was cool. Anyways, what I'm trying to do is that when you click, you like do a slash and you attack. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I'm trying to code. Just looked it up and you might already be a Canadian citizen. Your dad has a current and full citizenship. Oh, your dad's been to Canada in the past 6 months since you were born? Every 6 months since you were born? Because if he has it, he doesn't have a citizenship. Yeah, okay. The thing is, you don't have a citizenship, though. Dual passport, too? Oh, cool. The thing is, you don't have a citizenship. Because you haven't been to Canada in the past 6 months. I presume. At least I presume. Maybe your family travels to Canada every 6 months. For all I know. Doki Doki Dark Souls Literature Club. No. That's not what we're making. Just looked it up. Might be an Atlanta citizen. Let's go, Luca! What is it? Because you're in the water too much? Alright. Where was I? You had been a doubt that what editor to be using for Scription. You had been using VS Code for your Unity mostly. I had seen people using Visual Studio Community, but like, are there any perks to Community Visual Studio? Okay, so what I use Visual Studio. I use the Community Edition because that's the free version of it. Visual Studio is basically meant for like just C# and C and stuff like that. Visual Studio Community is really good, but it's also like kind of almost proprietary. Not really. It's not really proprietary, but you're kind of limited with the languages you can use, but it does have a lot of features. If I wanted to build anything that wasn't Unity, like, it also works really well for that. But I also have VS Code. I think if you're using VS Code, like, this works perfectly fine. I use this for shaders, because I can't do shaders in Visual Studio Community because shaders aren't C#. So, like, I've heard a lot of people like Visual Studio Code a lot. And so, if you're using that, just stick with it. Because I've heard a lot of people like that a lot. So just use whatever you currently use, because I don't think there's actually a huge difference between, when it comes to Unity, between VS Code and Visual Studio. Also, Luca, if someone does swear, you don't need to, like, put them in a timeout. You can just delete the message and say, hey, try to keep it family friendly. You don't need to put them in a timeout right away. But if they're, like, deliberately, like, being harmful to chat in some way, then that's perfectly fine to time them out. Some people just don't know that I try to keep the channel family friendly. Yeah. I say that because I actually can't undo timeouts. I didn't know I can't do that on YouTube. If you time someone out, I can't do anything about it. You heard that the community editor is better for debugging? Is there anything like that? Okay, so the Visual Studio community is better for debugging if you're not building with Unity. This does nothing for debugging for Unity. If I'm making, say, a console application with Visual Studio or a Forms app, then yes, like, it has a lot of tools for debugging that Visual Studio Code doesn't have. But when it comes to Unity, it's just a text editor. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help you with debugging stuff that much. Although, then again, I don't use VS Code for Unity except for shaders, so for all I know, VS Code could be way better, or this could be way better, and I don't know it. I've just heard people use both. And so I presume that there's not a huge difference between them, and I know that there isn't really an advantage for debugging with this. Zan, I'll take a look at that after stream. I know you want me to take a look at that. Welcome here, Tomo Leonardo. Dario. Sorry, I read that wrong. The text is really small on my screen. Hi, I love your videos. Yo, thanks. You love VS Code because you can change theme and also give snippet recommendations? Yeah. I mean, like, this does have snippet recommendations as well. Like, if I just start typing in stuff like input, like, I can do that, get mouse button, there you go. Like, it does have snippets as well. And, like, if you're using a code editor that doesn't have that, stop using that code editor. You need it. This is way faster than, like, just typing it all out. Although sometimes, like, it's not really that slow if you actually know what you're writing. Okay, I'm trying to code! Will I get one line of code written today? Probably not. Okay. I need to add another private float for the angle at which the sword is attacking. So when I press this, I can take... equals... What would it be based on? It would be based on its current position. How would I do this math? I take the X and Y coordinates and I do a math f dot a tan 2. Bro, sorry, my name's in Portuguese. It's Tom the Legendary. Nah, all good. All good. Sometimes it's just funny if I brutally mess up people's names anyways. I probably have messed up most names that are in chat at some point. Put the sub count up so that it tends people to motivate people to sub from my experience. I mean, most of the people who watch my streams are already subscribed. Although that, yes, sometimes it's like, yo, we're going for 10,000, we're almost there. Yeah, I'll put it up there. Like, it's more of an excitement factor for me. Putting the sub counter up there. Remember yesterday? What about yesterday? You found an Atari on Facebook Marketplace for 60 US? No way. I don't know how much an Atari is worth, so... But that... knowing how old the Atari was, like, that seems like a good deal. Just make sure before you buy it that you, like, get them to, hey, plug it into a TV and make sure it works. Cut 8 subs from saying you get the model if you sub. I'm pretty sure that wasn't from me saying that. You're not buying it, sadly? Yeah. I mean, Zan, if you're not a collector, you might just look at that and go, cool, but I would never play that and I'm not a collector, so you don't care. So that's perfectly fine. I'm sure that I've seen, like, amazing deals for, oh, you like collecting? Okay. Is it just too expensive, or you don't care about collecting the Atari? You have an old iMac G3? Ooh, nice. Okay, I'm coding! Stop distracting me! Ah! You want an Orcade Pluff to an unhealthy level. Isn't that, one of the characters from Rivals of Aether? I don't actually know what the characters are for Rivals of Aether, because every time I play it with friends, and we only play with workshop mods. Do you watch anime? If yes, what do you think about the industry compared to game development? I've watched a couple of anime before. I don't watch anime in the sense of, like, when people say, oh yeah, I watch anime, I don't watch it to that degree. I might watch, like, one anime a year, and that's about it. I don't mean, like, one episode. Like, I'll watch through an anime a year sort of thing. Like, I don't watch it terribly often. It's just, like, if one comes up that's like, oh, that looks interesting, then I'll just watch through it, and that's it. If it just comes up and it's like, that looks interesting. And I know nothing about the industry of anime, so I have no opinions, because I know nothing about it. It stopped working after, like, 25 years, sadly. Ah, that's sad. Esther can't actually code. He hires people to do it so he can make us think he can code. No, Luca, actually, I can code. Well, actually, no, I can't code. And the reason is actually, it's not because I am incapable of doing it. It's because you guys keep chatting and I keep reading chat and I stop coding every single time. How did I get started in game development? I don't know. I just wanted to make games when I was, like, in grade 8. And I started out with Unity. Did, like, one tutorial to learn how Unity actually works. And then I just went through, used Stack Overflow and stuff like that, and just researched every single aspect of, We got 50 members on Discord. Let's go! Huge Discord. We're going for top 1% of Discords, right? It's probably already top 1% of Discords. Anyways, you want to buy a shed for your collection? What do you mean by shed? Like an actual shed, or is like a shed like some sort of code word for like a game system or something? You want to switch back to Unity from Godot, but you don't know any good 3D level making plugins / software for Unity. Any suggestions? I mean, if you're okay with the manual work, like, Unity's thing already works for making levels, but I know that it also depends what you're wanting to make. If you're wanting to make, say, a 2D platformer, then you'll probably use the Where is it? You'll probably use, like, Unity has something built in called the tile palette, and then you can just, there's also, like, you can make a grid, so then you can basically just paint in your levels, just block by block. Isn't it just for 2D? That's fair, that's fair. That is just for 2D. For 3D, that's hard to say. It depends what you want to make. Unity, I think it still has this. It has terrain. Yeah, it has terrain. So if you just wanted to, like, paint in mountains, stuff like that, like, you have this. There we go. So, like, you have this, that you can just paint worlds. Kind of works like World Painter. Very simple. It actually runs really fast, because it's all running on your GPU. And it also, like, does, like, optimizations for you with this, with, like, doing, like, chunks and stuff like that. It can do that all for you. You just need a tool that makes rooms, which will then be combined together randomly to make levels. You see, that's a little bit more complicated. You don't need terrain builder? Yeah, I just needed to ask, like, what are you trying to make? That's a little bit more complicated. If you want to randomly generate levels from like, rooms that you make, typically that'll require you to do some coding yourself. You can't... I don't know any tools off the top of my head. You can make the random generation yourself. Okay, so you just... You've done that before? Okay. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's probably just grunt work. Just placing everything around yourself. But the rooms themselves, yeah. Oh, Pro Builder! Pro Builder! Yeah. Do I have it in here right now? I don't think I do. No, I don't. There would be a Pro Builder tab up there. Check out Pro Builder. It's, here, I'll show you. It's in the package manager. It used to be its own asset till Unity bought it out. And then Unity did absolutely nothing with it in Unity's classic fashion. Here, Pro Builder. Oh, it's one word, sorry. Pro Builder. Pro Builder's great for, like, making basic geometry, where you can just, like, build it in the world. It's really fast for that. If you have Pro Builder, I'll make a tools tab up here. Yeah, that's fair. I don't need Pro Builder for this project, though, so I don't have it. Isn't it laggy and bad because it's only Unity? It is only for Unity. I don't find it laggy, though. I find it perfectly fine. Alright, gotta go now. Bye. Alright, see you around, Zan. Pro Builder's great if you're just trying to make, like, simple geometry, for example, rooms. And you want to make it fast. Like, Pro Builder's great for that. I don't find it laggy, but I know nothing about your computer. You might be running on a really old computer that might find it laggy then. For all I know. Alright. As I said, we're coding. What did I need to do here? Like, I planned this all out. Speaking about something, the level generation, you want it to be similar to Noita or Lethal Company. That's not too hard. So for something like that, you just need to, like, for something like that, here, let me open up Krita so I can draw this. Is it good to watch tutorials for learning or reading documentation and trying to figure out things ourselves instead of going to direct solutions as a beginner? You want to watch at least one tutorial, just so that you can learn how to navigate the tools. But when it comes to learning coding, and once you know the tools at least a little bit, then it's usually better to try to go through documentation or Stack Overflow where other people have already asked questions to try to figure out yourself. You'll have a greater understanding of how your code works, and it'll give you tools for writing code that nobody has written before. You're familiar with tools right now? Try to do it without tutorials. Think of a concept for a game, and then whenever you run into something you don't know how to do it, research it. For example, if you don't know how to make the player move with keyboard inputs, you look up, how do I make player move? Unity, C#. I always append C# onto everything just because Unity used to also have a JavaScript that you could code in, but not anymore. Please leave the stream, Astro needs to code. You see, I did coding off camera, Luca. I already did coding off camera, I'm fine. Okay, back onto the procedural generation like Lethal Company. So Lethal Company just has a bunch of preset rooms, as you're probably aware. Let's say you have a square room right like this, a long rectangular room like this, and you have a little bit of an L bend. What you need to do... Really? JavaScript is out of Unity? Yeah, JavaScript isn't in Unity anymore. Kind of. You can't use JavaScript to code everything in Unity anymore. That was a long time ago you were able to do that, and honestly, I'm glad they got rid of it. Because the researching stuff became harder when JavaScript was in Unity, and also it just was not good using JavaScript, but everyone wanted to use JavaScript because it was cool. I think it was actually TypeScript, but I don't think TypeScript had a name back then. But you can use JavaScript now for WebGL. You can create JavaScript functions that you can call from C#. But it's like really complicated to do and really buggy, and I've actually used that to make a multiplayer game in WebGL before. Yes, it is actually possible to have multiplayer in WebGL. It's just really hard. And really buggy. You had to use like WebSockets functions in JavaScript and then like call it from C# and it was really buggy. Okay, so with the procedural generation, you want to mark out, hey, where are my doors? Where could doors be? Let's say you could have doors in these three areas on this level. You can have doors here, here, and here. Basically doors that'll connect the rooms. Yo, welcome here, Snas! And let's say there's a door there and there. Once you know where those doors are, and like you'll need to create some sort of metadata to keep track of all of this, so that when your procedural generation is running, that it actually knows this information where the doors can be. But that's just information. I'll leave that for now, storing that information. What you need to do in your procedural generation is line these boxes up with each other. So let's say you start with the main entrance. The main entrance is a 2x2 cube, and you can have a door there, there, and there. You start with the main entrance there. This is just Lethal Company, how it would do it. Yeah, let's just add door there as well because it's a hallway. Then here you go, okay, which one of these blocks can I fit here? And you just pick a random one. You don't even need to be very particular about which one you pick. You can just pick a random one. And then once that one's connected there, you place a door there to connect the two. There is no door here, and there is no door here until you place a cube there. And then let's say you place one there, then you place a door there. Is this going to be a procedural generated dungeon or what? Someone was asking about it. I think Step Forward would. You suggest trying to divide your problem into multiple parts and learn about how to solve those issues, just not watch a tutorial on YouTube, then you'll go down tutorial hell. Yeah, kind of. Like, try to learn it yourself by researching it yourself. That's how I learned how to code. But, like, everyone learns how to code in a different way. Some people learn better in other ways. I found researching was really valuable, and it's also really valuable because if you're trying to work on something, for example, if you're trying to work on something that no one else has done before, well then, like, how do you research for that if you don't have a tutorial? And so, like, it becomes very valuable to have those skills to Google stuff as well. Or maybe it's just a complicated problem with, like... You read docs, many docs. Yes, I have read many. Lots of documentation. Anyways, that's kind of how, like, procedural generation for Lethal Company would work, is it just looks, hey, where's there a door? Like... Oh yeah, you also want to set a limit on how many blocks you place down in here. In the dungeon. I know that Lethal Company has a little bit more to its procedural generation than that. For example, Lethal Company, if you've ever played on the mansion map in it, where it has this big grand hall, and then it has upstairs over here. This is just a little bit of my knowledge of Lethal Company. I played it way too much with my friends. I haven't played it in a while, though. There will be a certain amount of doors. Let's say they'll have 2 doors upstairs. It's random how many doors there are. And then it'll have, let's say, 3 doors downstairs. This door right here, this door right here, and this door right here will all be dead ends. They will have no branching paths. Because in Lethal Company... when you're in the mansion, all but one of the doors will have 0 branching paths and will only be 3 or 4 rooms long. And so when you're clearing out, you want to find these first, clear them out, and then you go into this one, which has branching paths and is 90% of the dungeon. 90% of the dungeon is in here. Like, that's part of Lethal Company's coding of how they make, of how it was, like, the procedural generation works. But, like, if you're just working to make just a random dungeon and you don't care about that kind of details of optimization, well, then you're fine. You don't need to worry about, like, little details of that, of optimizing it for players to be able to optimize how they route it. Reading the documentation is the most exciting part. It really isn't. Have you ever made a game hard coding without using engines and with the language? Yep, I have before. I had to do it for school. I made a... First of all, it was a 2D game, but I built a 3D lighting engine inside of it that ran on the CPU. I was way too much of an overachiever in school, just because I enjoyed coding and I liked making things overcomplicated when I was in school. But I basically made, sorry. I made Pac-Man, but it was a maze. And so you could only see a certain distance in front of you, and the camera followed Pac-Man, and it was a giant maze, and I had, like, a bunch of, like... I had, like, a map creator that you could actually, like, make maps if you knew how to make them. You have a different way to generate the level where almost all the paths lead to the end, but you need to go through all of them if you actually want actual progress. Already have everything planned out on paper? Alright, sweet. Looks like you got a plan. Alright, cool. I've been trying to write this one line of code for like the past half hour. But yes, I have made a game with only using the language and no game engine. It is possible. It takes a lot of work, and debugging it sucks. You missed a trick in your schooling days. We're all pushed to trade skills like plumbing. I'll know the heart's in front of this message. So we got into CS way too late in life. Yeah. I mean, like, in my school as well, they wanted to push you into trades, but I was just an academic major in school. And so I was able to take coding, but I, like, took coding only once I was in grade 11, despite them having grade 9 and 10 courses for it. Just because I just knew the grade 9 and 10 courses would be way too easy for someone who's actually been teaching themselves coding. And so the teacher let me do that. Like, I showed him some of the projects he's done, and he's like, yeah, just join in grade 11, it's fine. Tried doing stuff without an engine using FNA and C#. I don't know what FNA is, which gave me a working engine. You liked it, and you started developing on a framework to make a more polished game framework. Okay, cool. Mostly making shaders and level loading and collisions easier. Oh, is FNA like a game library sort of thing? Sort of like SDL2? Do you like rigging 3D and 2D models and making animations? I love it. It depends. Sometimes I enjoy animating. Most of the time I don't. Welcome here, M1N0. Or Minnow. Could be Minnow. I think I say M1N0 every single time. Maybe I should just start saying Minnow. Having a chill teacher makes a massive difference. That's true. My grade 11 teacher just let me, like, do stuff. Like, as long as I got my work done, like, he just let me, like, make wild stuff in coding class, which was awesome. FNA is what Terraria and Celeste uses? Okay. I mean, that's basically a game engine without an interface. That's basically what it is. This dude hasn't seen your avatar dance at... Obviously, I didn't rig it. That's the thing. BL33. When I pull up this screen, I didn't rig that. That's a program called Mixable I use for that. Which, honestly, if you're wanting to rig 3D characters, but you want 3D characters, you've modeled it, but you don't want to rig it and you don't want to animate it, use Mixamo. It's so good. It's free. You dancing live? No, Mixamo is actually amazing. Yeah, it is. It's crazy that it's free. What is that banger? It's just a copyright-free song from YouTube Audio Library. Yeah, here. I should show you Mixamo. You're gonna head out? Alright, see you, human. Here, I'll log into Mixamo. I'll show you guys what it is. Give me a second, I forgot which accounts I was on. Here. Basically, you can upload your own character. Did my internet cut out? No, it didn't. Wait. Oh, it did. Did it? Or is it just YouTube cutting out? Nope. I'm not cutting out? Internet is fine, you're still here. Okay. Okay, it was just YouTube buffering for a bit. Oh, it's doing it again. I'm still streaming at 8,000 kilobits per second. Like, it hasn't dropped at all. I've had 0 dropped frames. Okay, so what's happening is my music that I have is just cutting in and out, which is running off of YouTube, and my stream preview in my top right, or in my YouTube, whatever it's called, is also, like, not loading. Your buffer does live sometimes. Does buffer sometimes? Okay, so YouTube is pooping its pants. Got it. YouTube is crashing. No music right now? Yeah, because it won't load for me. That's why there's no music. That's why I'm wondering if I disconnected. Yeah, it's still not working. Okay, so YouTube's crashing. Got it. Anyways, this is Mixamo, and you can have a bunch of animations. There's like a whole bunch of animations here. This isn't even all of them. This is just 48 per page. And then if I say... Oh, hey, there's the music. I can then say upload a character where Blender... I could say... What is this character? You can say upload a character to Mixamo. You can then just show, hey, here's the chin, here's the wrists. Here's the elbows. I'm not going to put too much time into this. Here's the knee. Here's the groin. And then you just press next. You'll go now. Bye-bye. All right. See you around. Step forward. Welcome here, Astronite. And then it'll just automatically rig the entire thing for you. That's what I used for my character. I didn't actually rig it myself because I'm way too lazy to do that. This app is a banger. Yeah, it's so useful. I've used it so many times. And then it's looking good, and then I can just add an animation to it. It's really just that easy. Or, so let's say this done. Which one is used here? Oh, it is that animation. This is the exact animation I use in my, We'll Be Right Back. It's actually amazing. Yeah, there's other programs like this, but this one just works the best and has the biggest library for animations. Yeah, so like, that's super useful. That's actually what I used. I didn't actually rig it myself. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I still haven't written this one line of code. I still haven't. That's why every game dev uses it. If you want to make high quality games, don't use it. Like, you want to rig your models yourself, ideally, because actually what happens... Here, I'll show you. What happens is you'll have artifacting if you use something like Mixamo, because it's not hand done, it doesn't know. For example, if you look at the hood on the back of Zinth here, this wasn't rigged with Mixamo, but it may as well have been. It has the same artifacting. You'll notice that the hood just does stuff. It just does stuff. It just pops in and out of how big it should be. And like, it moves a lot with your arms. When your arms are moving, the hood moves a lot. You have artifacting like that. Are you getting my chats? Yes, your live does buffer sometimes. Today only, yeah, I'm seeing your chats. Oh yeah, also, I need to fix the model here. You can see the arms are just coming through the sweater sometimes. I don't need to fix it. It's a low quality game, low priority. Okay, code. I'm going to code. Coding. What is it? Default sword pause dot y. All right, cool. I wrote that line of code. All right, back to talking. That's my quota for lines of code for the next 5 hours. Can I beat Minecraft one more time before you're done with the game? It is very easy to beat Minecraft before I am done with this game, because I will not be done with this game for a long time. I also need to at some point make like a song that's like that reminds you of Elden Ring, but is not from Elden Ring. I need to make that for this game. It'll be fun. Like the last time, I'm not gonna agree to any bet you have. Could you play Lethal Company one day? That's hard to say, Minnow, just because I have to keep it family friendly, and it's hard to with that game, just because in-game chat. And if I did it with my friends, well, they're not actually going to be calling me Astra the whole time. They're going to be calling me by my first name the whole time. I have Lethal Company if you want to play. Maybe I'll play it off camera in the Discord at some point. Maybe. I can't say 100% for sure, because if I say 100% for sure, then I might be lying. Yeah, understood. Yeah, just not on stream. I think I've said before that I won't play Lethal Company on stream. Do your IRL friends know your YT? Yeah, they do. One of them is Lucness Monster, who has been in one of my videos before. 2 hours later, we're playing Lethal. Man, if I ask you, will you try making a beat live right now showing us using FL Studio? First of all, I don't use FL Studio, and I'm not buying it, and I'm not pirating it. I use Reaper. And no, I am not making a beat today, but I will be one of these days. Not sure if it'll be on camera or not, because I get very quiet while making music. This guy can code and has friends, beating me on all aspects of life right now. Man. Why are you not using Consola as the font? Because this font works, and it's a text and it's a code editor. I don't need an amazing font. Can I make $1 million before you are done? I don't know. That's up to you. Astro is beating me at subs. Come on, man. Snas, I've been doing this for over 3 years now. I actually didn't realize it's been over 3 years I've been making videos. As much as I'll say, yo, you'll get there, the thing is, it just takes time. I've been doing this for a long time. This isn't even in my first YouTube channel. I spent an entire year in school just learning VFX artistry. Bro. You uploaded 3 videos in I uploaded 3 videos in 1 year. Hello, Astro, you're back. Welcome back, Kazoof. When you forget the name of the variable you just create. What variable I just created? Oh, I did create a variable. I wonder. Please send a reminder on Discord making music live. Yo, thank you, QW Games.
400 Hungarian forints from QW Games. Get back to code.
Get back to code? I don't want to code. Well. I've been told to get back to code. Just kidding. And honestly, I stream because I enjoy talking while coding. I get a little bit of code done here, I get a little bit of talking done there. Honestly, later on in the stream, at about the 2-hour mark, I'll start getting more quiet and I'll just like start like putting my head down and coding a little bit more. But for now, I'm fine talking. And if I wanted to get a bunch of code done, I wouldn't be streaming it. I lied, bro. When did Snas become mod and who is Snas? I'm leaving now because I need to work. Let's see you, Inviced. Snas became mod like 6 months ago, I feel like. It was a while ago. It was a long time ago. You have 160 sub, mainly 6 years old? Like mainly 6-year-olds that are subbed to you, or your channel is 6 years old, or the subs are have been subbed to you for 6 years. Been to Hungary once, their currency is not doing good. Most currencies aren't doing good, I think. Unless you're the US dollar or the European euro, your currency is probably not doing great. Okay, code. I have a couple of ways I could do this. I could either, like, frame by frame animate the attack speed, or welcome back, Rude. Did I look at your last comment? I have 4 vids and I have 17 subs. Am I doing good? Don't base how good you are doing off of how many subs you have. I think there's people who, if you have a lot of followers, but you don't have an active audience, that's not good. It's not based on how many followers you have. I mean, like, even like talking about active audience, like, you have 4 videos. I can't really talk about active audience, but, the thing is like, are you, how do I say this? I need to collect my thoughts for a second. Are you proud of the content you are making? Because that's the measure I had for myself. I think I've said this many times, but my theory behind editing videos is to edit a video that I will enjoy even after I'm done editing it. Which is not easy to do, surprisingly. And the last video I edited for Toyobin, I failed on that. I did. I failed on making a video I enjoyed watching even after I finished editing it. I didn't even enjoy editing it. Welcome here, Speedy Go. So if you think that, first of all, you are getting better at what you're doing, and that you're enjoying making videos, and that you're proud of the videos you're making, then yes, you are doing well, even if you only have 17 subscribers. Subscribers come with time. There's a lot of variables that go into, like, whether people will see your video or not and sort of thing. Don't worry about the variables. I know a lot of channels are saying, oh, you gotta optimize the variables, you gotta have a good thumbnail, you gotta have a good title, you gotta maximize your click-through rate. A lot of channels will say that. You don't need that. You don't need that. I actually gave up on making multiple thumbnails a long time ago. Just because I wanted to put more work into other areas of my channel that I thought were more important. And I found that if I was doing good at what I do, if I was making good entertaining content that was high quality, my viewer retention rating would go up. Welcome back, it's human. My viewer retention rating would go up, meaning that the amount of the video that people see on average is higher than other channels. And because of that, my videos would get recommended to people more, meaning that I didn't actually need to optimize my click-through rate to get more people to watch my videos. I just needed to spend the time making good content and just be patient with that. What? I have 18 subs, just got one. Let's go! 18 subs! Bro, can you scale the code? Scale the code? Come on, man. Oh, you want me to zoom in? I actually can. I can actually zoom in for you guys. There you go. Or do you mean just start coding again? How much have you written since last time I have said something? Probably nothing. Let's be honest. Okay, I'm first wondering if I can just get away with setting the sword dot equals new vector 3 Is video game art? And if yes, are you an artist? Yes. Making video games is an art. It is probably one of the most difficult arts because it involves a lot of different artistry to make it happen. And yes, that would make me an artist. Even as a video editor, editing videos is an art as well, which would make me an artist, but I just go by editor because editor is just more specific. It's the same thing, like, someone who paints pictures, they're an artist, but you don't call them an artist, you call them a painter. I mean, sometimes you call them an artist. Or someone who For example, someone who works with clay. Actually, I'm not gonna say clay. Someone who chisels stuff, who is a sculptor. They are an artist. They make sculptures. They are an artist, but they're not. But you call them a sculptor. Just because you call me a video game developer doesn't mean I'm not an artist. You trying to understand what is blood coding? I'm trying to program an attack. Okay, code. Vector3.lerp. I don't know what needs to go into these. In here, I do know what needs to go in here. Attack timer divided by attack length. Code is code? I know. Novel idea that code is code. Just zoom it to 180%, please. There is no percentages for this, I don't think. Nope. Remember when Fundy came on the stream and they later gaslit everyone? What? I would never gas leak anyone. There is bottom left corner. Oh, there is. There you go. 180%. It was at 174 before. Okay, this one needs to be the... starting attack position. Starting attack position equals sword.local position. Yeah. So we go starting attack position, and then here we put the final position. How do I calculate the final position? What is better in your opinion, between Godot and Unreal Engine? It depends what you want to make. The thing is, between game engines, there is no, this is the superior game engine, because, to be frankly honest, Unreal Engine is it is the worst option when it comes to 2D, or even for UI. I've heard that it's absolutely horrendous to make UI in. You have 19 subs, you're not lying? Let's go, your channel's popping off, Astronite, let's go! Okay, and then in here... I want it to overswing. Okay, so... yes. I need to explain something, because I need to think about it. Okay, so this is when you're, like, aiming which direction you're gonna swing your sword. I want it to be way more angle. $90? No, I'll go 60. I want it to, like, when you swing, it'll swing. it'll swing across, which that part's simple enough, but I want it to overswing. So I want it to swing to like 90 degrees and your arms to be further out. So I'm thinking... up here, I have like sword move amount, sword angle amount. I think I need to add sword attack move amount and sword attack angle amount. I think I need like separate variables for that. 21 subs, what is happening? Go to edit, project settings, editor, and scroll down until you see... edit, project settings until you see play mode options. Why do you want play mode options? Do you just want it full screened on play mode? I didn't really scroll down that much. There's not that much to scroll down. Editor? Yeah, I'm in editor. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Where's play mode options? What does this do, Snas? Are you hacking me? Now try to play the game. Oh, is this when I change values over here, it'll save over? Loads instantly? Oh. That's nice. Thanks. Snas actually coming in clutch and not actually trying to troll me? I didn't know that. That must be a newer thing, because I started using Unity in like Unity 5.1 or something. That would actually be really useful for like when I'm running multiple instances of Unity. For example, with Grinch Simulator, I had a plugin for multi-instancing where I could like run multiple scenes at the same time in multiple windows. But if you use static variables, it'll like not work very well, so beware. I don't think I need to use static variables for anything. I think I'm fine. Okay, this is the important vector. So I basically need to steal this calculation over here for sword angle, except replace everything with something else. Oh. Alright, so mouse pause I can replace with... what will I call this? Angle vector, sure. New vector 3, mathf.sine of attack angle, and then mathf.cosine of attack angle. I think that just works. Okay. Basically, every time you play the game, it's like Unity restarts the game, and with that, you continue the game and loads instantly. Oh, okay. Welcome here, Hussein. So static variables won't get reset. Okay. Why can't I see my comments on the live? No, I can't. I might be a little bit behind, or chat might be a little bit behind. Who knows? Astro, can you tell everyone to sub? Everyone sub. There you go. Want to make a deal after you get 10k to make your current chat mods into Discord mods as payback for we give cookies? Here's the thing, I actually just keep forgetting to get Discord mods. What even is my moderator role in my Discord? I think it's Space Janitors. Yeah, it is. Alright, now we have one mod in the Discord. Time to find Luca somewhere in the Discord. We now have 2 mods in the Discord. Everyone, give it up for Snas and Luca. Imagine Luca getting admin. Oh, sorry, we're removing mod from Snas now. Applause, there we go, yeah. I actually do need Discord mods, though. Recently, there's been a couple of accounts that have been compromised in Discord, so... It would be nice if there are people who say... don't live in Canada who can take care of it when I can't take care of the Discord, or when I'm not around, that there is someone who's like, hey, actually this is happening, and can just like quickly like ban them. Any compromised accounts. Can I help you as a mod? I'm not in Canada. Yo, mods, you know what to do. Someone asked for mod. Get him, Snas. You get your first timeout ever. For 10 seconds. Oh, there's another person asking for mod. Potato Legacy. Get him, mods. Go, Snas, go. Before Luca gets to them. Yeah, Snas, let's go. I'm not banned. We're not banning anyone. We're timing them out for 10 seconds because it's funny. Whenever someone asks for mod, you can just time them out for 10 seconds. I'm sad. Snas? Snas is drunk with power right now. Careful, guys. You might want to stop sending messages. Snas just might time you out for 10 seconds out of nowhere for no reason, whatever. In your country, it's 9 p.m. Good night. All right, see you around, Yeti. It's 2:30 right now. For me. Ugh. So it's nice and early. It's apparently a warm day outside. It was like 10 degrees Celsius outside yesterday. Woo! It was toasty. It was nice. Hey Astro, as your dear viewer, can I get mod maybe? Snas! Get him! If you need me, I'm here to help. I appreciate it. Right now, I don't think I need as much as you guys are like, hey, I'd be happy to be mod for you. I don't think I need more mods at this point. If I do think that, hey, I might need a mod, I have a record. Can I have admin? Oh, I don't... Do we have rules on if someone asks for admin? Like, how long do we time them out for? I don't think we've ever discussed this. Well, Snas officially made rules for it. Man, everyone just everyone's just trying to play a game of like whack-a-mole where they're just like they'll ask for mod and like we need to play a game of whack-a-mole, guys, where like you guys ask for mod and see if you can delete your message before Snas times you out for 10 seconds. You need to try doing that. Give me mod. Oh, here's the first game of whack-a-mole. Oh, and Speedy Go wins. It's round 2. Oh, Snas is just too slow. Does not have the fastest fingers in the chat. Wait. Also, it takes it takes quite a few clicks to time someone out. Is it a pinned position? No. What do you think I have? Money? I don't make money off of YouTube. Nah, it's just people that enjoy the content. And they're just like, hey, I'm here anyways. I can moderate. I mean, that's kind of just how I moderate for other people. When I mod for other people, it's just like, hey, I enjoy the content. I'm just lurking. But if I see that someone's spamming in chat or is like giving hate messages, yeah, I'm perfect. I have no problem timing them out real quick. That's just kind of how I mod. It's not like moderation is like you're sitting reading every single message of chats and like, oh, I'm gonna catch those people and like filtering through messages. That's not how moderation works. You're just like lurking, and if you ever like, oh, hey, that message needs to be deleted, you just delete it real quick. If you just notice it, that's just how I mod. It's not like moderation is a crazy task. But yeah, it's not a paid position, mostly because, I mean, first of all, I can't pay, and honestly, I'll just leave it at that reason. I can't. Finally, I could ban Astro from his own server. You literally can't. You can't ban an admin. Okay. What was I working on? Oh yeah, this. I need to change a couple of variables in here. Default sword pause works, but I need sword attack move amount in here instead. Astro, in your 10K special, say you want to thank me for getting you there. I mean, my entire audience got me there, and you are part of my entire audience, so I will reinstall Windows. If I break my record, can I have mode? I'm not sure what mode is. Wait, being a Discord mod gives you instant ×2 wait. I don't think that's quite how it works. I am a mod on Discord, and, I mean, I haven't weighed myself since I became a mod on Discord, so who knows? Maybe it did happen. It's just like gravity's slightly stronger wherever I am because I'm a Discord mod. Can't, it's too many. I don't get paid enough for this. Alright. You trying to learn 2D Unity game development? Do you have any recommendations for like guide playlists is on YouTube? Like start with like 1 or 2 tutorials. And then try to make your own project and just research every part of the project. If you want like really good tutorials, they're kind of older tutorials now, but Brackies are really good tutorials, even though he doesn't make videos anymore. They're still really good.
If you want to make a video game, but don't know where to...
I'm open to up his channel. I know he has a 2D tutorial somewhere. He has a 2D tutorial somewhere. I'm just scrolling. Well, I mean, I see a bunch of 2D tutorials, but not exactly like my first 2D game sort of thing. Okay. But yes, Brackies. You can check out Brackies. He has a bunch of great tutorials. Try not to look in chat for 5 minutes. Challenge impossible. Does the mods approve the comment before you see it? No. Anything you chat just goes into chat. and then mods can delete it later. Sometimes automod might catch stuff, but I have no idea when automod catches stuff because it doesn't tell me. And so it's not like Twitch where you can approve stuff that gets caught by... Okay, well... If you spam, someone's gonna time you out. Yeah. That's the thing that happens when you spam. It's not quite like, oh, it's a free reign, guns blazing, Wild West of chats. No, you'll still get timed out if you spam. Unlimited power! Yeah. Okay. I also need to... Okay. Let's just make sure that this code is working first. So the first thing I need to do, sword attack move amount. Let's just do 0.5. It'll be a little bit more. Angle amount, I want 90. I already know that. Attack length. Let's just set it to really long for now. Really, really long so I can really see what's going on. I needed to do that. I need to invert this. Till now, your longest program is 860 lines long. That's a fair size. How long have I been in game dev? I've been making games and stupid stuff for about 10 years. I could be your grandma. Actually, no, I can't. I'm not that old. I think it's 9, but it's getting close to 10. I think it'll be like 10 in like April or something. I don't know. You're not even 10 years old, Astro. My game dev was around to see the creation of the world. I wasn't, though. No Gampa Astro? Gampa Astro. Did you try saying Gramp Astro? Is that what you tried saying and it got censored? Brother was chilling with the dinosaurs when he first started. I was developing games before I was born. Okay, so this attack timer divided by attack length will start at 1. It'll actually start above 1. It'll start with the end leg and then move into the normal stuff. So if I do a 1 minus, so if I mathf.clamp 01, I don't even need to clamp it. So if I just do a 1 minus, that should fix all my problems. What's the exclusive VIP mods only channel in the Discord? I'm not not sure what's going on with this code. There is one. Like, there is a moderator-only channel. I just don't think I've set up the mod role because I haven't had mods before. Let me quickly change the settings on it. Yeah, Space CEO can only access it. I'll add Space Janitors. There you go, Space Janitors can now access moderator only. It's so interesting. It's just the community updates from Discord. Okay. Let's just copy it. Well, let's see what this is, because maybe this position is just wrong. Oh, wait. Because the angle vector is the current angle vector of the attack. If I see here... Yeah, I need to invert the angle vector. So I need to do... Yep, okay. I need to subtract this. Except for this part. If I do that, then it'll be what I want. Asher, in your opinion, is there any difference between Rider and Visual Studio that can make the final decision between them? Nope, I have no idea what Rider is. Huh? Something funky's going on. And I need to fix this line of code before I fix anything else. Welcome here, Jake Gaming. Rider is JetBrains IDE? Okay. I just use Visual Studio, but whatever works for you. I don't think that there is a definitive this is better or this is better. It depends what you're trying to do, and I know nothing about the JetBrains stuff, so... yeah. I can't really comment on it. Time for debugging. Everyone's favorite thing to do. What's the first problem? Those were backwards. That might actually fix it by itself. That one still works. That one works now. Yeah, that was the biggest problem. I don't know why it's shaking like that, though. Why is it shaking? Maybe it's trying to go to direction more than it's limited to. No, like, if I say set sword move amount to like 1, which is well beyond its reach, you'll notice that it's not shaking. The arms just go as far as they can. You can see that it doesn't shake here, but I'm using the exact same calculation, and for some reason it's shaking when I use the exact same calculation. I'm thinking that there's something else that's trying to change the position, or it's a problem with this buffering function. I'm wondering if this might be trying to... No, it wouldn't be that. It would be something inside of here. Okay, well, good thing I got... No, I don't want to delete that. Good thing I got that figured out. I just need, that local... Oh, wait. I know why. It actually has something to do with the buffer. It's because I'm not supposed to set the position. I'm supposed to do sword pause buffer equals that. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to write to the buffer. I'm not... That's why. Also for lerp, I advise you to use it in IE enumerators. Snaps, it depends. Check how many times you're calling the lerp function. 1, 2, 3. It depends, Snas. In this situation, it is perfectly fine because I designed these functions to run linearly. If they're running linearly, I can write calculations where they will run the exact same way every single time despite the frame rate. And they will run perfectly fine. What was happening there was that the sword buffer was trying to move the sword back up to where it was before because it thought the sword was supposed to still be up at the top right. Whereas this function, every single time this buffer tried moving it back up to the top right, it was like, no, it's at the bottom left. But yeah, I know the problems with like using lerp all the time. I'm using them properly. I'm using like actual function, which is why my code looks so complicated, is because I'm using lerp functions properly. But I appreciate the concern, Snas. I am aware of how to use them properly. And sometimes I use them improperly just because why not? Sometimes I use them improperly because I don't care. But this is not one of those games that I don't care. I actually want this one to look good. It also works like that too, just so you know. Looks like what too? Works like what? I'm trying to... I feel like I missed something there. Anyways. Sword angle buffer. I need to do this exact same thing. This needs to be a quaternion. I'm actually getting code done now. Is it past the 2-hour mark? That's almost the 2-hour mark. I was wondering why I was starting to actually code. It normally only happens after the 2-hour mark. Okay. Do I want to do a quaternion.lerp or a vector3.lerp? I want to do a quaternion.lerp. You're gonna go to sleep? See ya, Yachty. How long did it take you to get good at C# and how much practice weekly/daily? That's hard to say. I'm not 100% sure. I think I only started getting good at C# when I was like in grade 11, which was after years, but also it's because there was a lot of stuff I didn't realize I didn't know. Like in grade 11, I learned about like classes and stuff like that. I didn't know that classes and structs were a thing. And once I started using that, I got like really good at it. But like in terms of just like making cool stuff and just like being able to code and logically be able to generate your own code without like looking up a tutorial for it, without like copying and pasting at all, without even researching at all, like being able to make cool code. I don't know, 2 years, let's say. And like it'll change for everyone. It depends what you make, how you're practicing coding, how much you code. It's not a measure of, oh, if I code for 2 years, I'll be as good as Astro, or if I code for this long, I'll be this good. It's like, no, it'll change for everyone. Welcome here, Scammer's Nightmare. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Really happy for the America TikTok ban, by the way. Did it go through? I heard that it was being discussed. Honestly, I hate to say this to you guys, to all you TikTok fans out there, but I'm happy about it. I'm good at C#, but it's like, the more you know, the more you realize how less you know. It's NAS. Allow me to pull something up. You just quoted someone. There is a longer quote of this. This isn't actually the... I don't think this is actually the quote. I think the actual quote is like, the more we know, the more the candle... The brighter the candle of knowledge gets, the bigger the sphere of darkness that surrounds it is as well. I think it's something like that. But yeah, that's completely accurate. The more you learn, the more you realize you don't know. Nope, the government is taking actions. Most people don't care. I mean, yeah, most people don't care. Just move over to YouTube Shorts. If you care about your short form content, YouTube Shorts exists. TikTok is just straight up bad. I mean, there has been not a single person in history who was evil for the sake of being evil, so it's not straight up bad, but yeah, it is not good. Reels? What is it? TikTok reel? No, not TikTok reels. Instagram reels? Is that what it is? Gotta go, period is entering. Alright, see ya, I'm not a bee. You think vertical scrolling content is bad? Your opinion? And I'm sure another person would have a different opinion. Alright. What did I need in here? This is the starting attack angle. And then I just need this in here. Alright, and then I just need this function. Just one question, how do you start learning it? Every tutorial on how to make games, just copy the same thing I do and you just end up with a copy of the same game, learning coding/game development. If you're learning just by copying and pasting, you're not learning. That's what I've learned from school. Yes, I will start with, like, if I'm trying to say... Let's say I'm trying to learn Unreal Engine. Let's just go through that thought process. I've answered this question like 3 times today already, but... Let's say I'm trying to learn Unreal Game Engine. I'm learning a new game engine. It also uses a different programming language. I'll start with, like, 1 or 2 tutorials just so I can learn how to use Unreal Engine. I don't want to learn how to use Unreal Engine myself. It won't teach me how to make games, but it'll teach me how to use the programming interface. And so I'll do that. And then once I feel comfortable, just like, okay, I'm gonna make my own game now, I just create a concept for a game. Let's say I want to make, Sokoban, but there's gravity. I've done that before in Unity. I want to make Sokoban, but there's gravity, but in Unreal Engine, and it's 3D. Every single thing I want to do, I'll just research every single little thing I want to do. I'm not going to research like, oh, how do I make Sokoban in Unreal Engine? That's not what I research. I research like, how do I add physics to a box? Or I'll research, how do I make player move in Unreal Engine? C++, because I don't want to use Blueprint. And I'll just research like little aspects of that, and I will understand my code to a much greater degree with Unreal Engine than I would by just following tutorials making games. And plus, I got to make my own game along the way. That's just how I learn. And you might learn differently. But I think the way that I learn is a very valuable way to learn because it also teaches you how to research stuff. Which is very important as a programmer to know. Every social media can be toxic. The problem with TikTok is that the government doesn't like that we get news from it and it's Chinese spyware. We wouldn't care if the American government got the information. I mean, every single program is taking your information. Google is taking your information as well through YouTube. Will I be your grandpa? No. Glad I could help. And yes, every social media can be toxic. There is a degree that the developers of the social media can design it in such a way that it's less toxic. But at the end of the day, it's people that make it toxic, not a program. Y'all remember me from last stream? Yeah, I remember you, Black Apple. Apple, welcome back. Google, Apple, basically everyone. Yeah, everyone. Information, we are in, what is it called? The information era of history. Information is extremely valuable. It can tell you information of how can you get this person to buy your product. It'll give you information on that. How do we advertise to them? What advertisements should we sell to them? What advertisements are valuable to this person? It gives you information like that. Information is very valuable. It's a big trade right now. More valuable than your money, basically. It depends how rich you are. YouTube thinks it's worth, how much is YouTube Premium? Like, $10 a month? YouTube thinks it's about $10 a month? Is how much you're worth? Okay, I have some... Personal information is the new currency in the new era. Every corporation wants it. Not every, but most, and then almost all of them want to sell it for profit. Yep, pretty much. They still get information about you, even if you have premium. Yeah. But I'm talking about ads. That information they're gathering loses a lot of its value if you have premium, because they're not able to use that to cater ads to you. If they can cater ads to you, they make even more money. The chat is more interesting than the stream. I love you, Astro, but it's true. I mean, I'm not doing a lot of coding right now. I'm talking. It's either chat is interesting because I'm talking with them, or coding's interesting because I'm ignoring chat and they're begging for scraps on the road for me to notice that they're talking. This Discord notification's been here this whole time, and I want to read it. It's from one of my teammates, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be about Splatoon. Okay, yeah, I could have read that afterwards. I pointed out, and then I just had to read it. Angle vector. Minus... Sora should scare everyone. I don't know why they made not much good comes from an AI made for videos. So I know a lot of people are talking about how something like Sora is very unhealthy for... It'll put a lot of people out of jobs. Not exactly. I haven't seen AI-generated images put people out of jobs yet. Stuff like AI-generated... I mean, first of all, AI-generated images and stuff, imagery and stuff like that is, how should I say it? It's controversial, still. But it hasn't put photographers out of a job. There will... If you need something specific, you will always need to hire someone for that. As far as I can see. But I've heard that the use case for something like Sora is if you say you need a quick business meeting. For example, you need to quickly make a PowerPoint presentation for a business proposal or something like that. If you're someone who works on a lot of presentations, you need to present stuff to people. Well, then something like Sora is very useful rather than scrolling for 5 hours on a stock footage site and getting half related to what you actually want, and then after getting a half related video footage, you have to pay a lot of money for it. Instead, you could pay a $20 a month subscription to use Sora and get something that's more related. But if you need something specific, like you need, hey, I need the Eiffel Tower at this time of day, and I need this person there, Sora can't help you with that. I don't think, that being said, I don't think Sora's good. But I do think people overreact a lot when it comes to AI. Imagine Sora AI can generate YouTube videos just by some minutes of YouTube footage, or some dies in the family continue a channel for people. Sora's not that good. And I don't know if AI will ever be that good. I know that AI video editing is a thing. I don't remember what the program's called, but there is a program somewhere that it's advertised as you just upload your footage to it and it'll edit into a YouTube video for you. I think I can say once again, that is not taking my job. I think that the hard part about video editing, the hardest part is storytelling. And AI can't do that because it's a purely creative task. It's not a mathematical task. Taking footage and creating a narrative out of it is very difficult. And I know that anything I say will be understood the wrong way. And like anything I say about AI will be interpreted the wrong way. That it's like, oh, he thinks this? No, it's very difficult to voice my opinions on AI. I don't think it's as scary as people say. I don't think it's taking any people's jobs anytime soon. It could someday, but it'll also make opportunities for new jobs. But I also don't think it's healthy. I think it's not scary, but I don't think it's healthy. But I mean, there is also like cool stuff. Like if you've ever seen Corridor Crew, they've made like really cool stuff out of AI generated imagery. Like they made a show called Anime Rock Paper Scissors and it's basically taking live performances on a green screen, then they're taking that and converting it into AI generated images for every single frame and turning that into basically an anime. Of course, people were very controversial, like ripping into them that this is terrible, but like the way they did it was like, yeah, that actually checks out. That actually is like perfectly fine. Sorry, I should look at my responses or bad. Okay, fine. Luca, I saw what you're doing. Yeah, try to keep the chat into English. Yadi. What other comments did you have? By the way, AI will get better. It's not about putting people out of jobs with me, but for example, in court, a video is undeniable proof. Soon it'll be, for example. Yeah, and for that, you need watermarking for AI. And not some sort of, we add metadata to it, or we put a little watermark in the corner. Because I think there was a funny thing that, I think it was Linus Tech Tips. They were looking at, like, on a new Google phone, there was, like, you could, like, use generative fill on the phone, but it'll, like, put a little, like, AI watermark in the corner. That like, hey, this video was tampered, this image was tampered with AI, and they're like, hey, I wonder if I could just do this. They ran generative fill on it again, but they took out the AI watermark in the corner and generative filled it, and it worked, which was really funny. But yes, there does need to be like proper watermarking so that you can tell that a footage is AI generated, even after rescaling it, even after applying filters to it. Even if you remove the metadata from it, you need to be able to tell that it's AI generated. There needs to be some sort of watermarking for that. Right now, we do not have that. And that's unhealthy. I think if we watermarked AI, like 5 days later, the AI programs to remove it. I don't mean like a watermark, Jake. I don't mean like a physical watermark like you would put on an image, like Shutterstock puts on their images sort of thing, or like putting a thing in the corner, or like writing to the metadata. I mean that we need some sort of way to determine, hey, this is an AI-generated image. And AI-generated images have to have that, and it supersedes any sort of, how shall I say it, any sort of, like, effects put onto a video or any sort of tampering with it. That's hard to do. And maybe part of that is we need a public record of every single AI video ever made. What? I sound like I'm about to talk about the blockchain. Every single AI-generated video needs to be an NFT, so it's publicly available what's all been AI-generated. Actually, that's not a terrible idea. The NFT part is terrible, but, like, every single, extra crypto bro? I'm not a crypto bro. I generate a video to accuse someone, they could punish them. That's the fix, Astro. Yeah, we just... Anarchy is the solution, apparently. Or, like, make it only 800 by 600 resolution. You can still rescale it, SNAS. Let's say you put it in DaVinci Resolve. Make it 1080p. I'm thinking SNAS. An idea is that there is a publicly available records of every single AI-generated video ever made. If that's public information, then you would be able to... If you're wondering, hey, is this video AI-generated? You could say, just upload that video to see if it matches with any publicly available records. You could get around the legal jargon then. Like with, oh, well, if someone, like, framed someone using AI-generated footage, or, like, making politicians say things that actually didn't happen. Yeah, and, like, SNAS, you can use the blockchain for that to make sure that if anyone tries tampering with the information, that every single other public record would disagree with it, and then it would correct it. Man, I can't believe I'm talking about crypto to... Can't believe I'm talking about the blockchain to verify AI-generated content. Man, this stream went on a tangent. Also, welcome here, Moby. Sorry, I saw that you showed up, and I remember when these streams had like 4 viewers. Moby, the Splatoon streams have like 4 viewers. People just want to be here for coding for some reason. Splatoon streams have the low viewership. These ones always have like good viewership. They always have had. Okay. Hey, just found your channel. Thanks. HTML tag N. What am I supposed to call that username? Opening triangle bracket / N closing triangle bracket. What is your subjective personal opinion on Rust, Astro? I don't care. I have no opinions on Rust. I've never used it. I don't really work with that sort of stuff, so I haven't really worked with that language or other related languages. Try not to look in the chat for 1 minute, challenge impossible. All right, here we go. Start the timer. We're not looking at chat for a minute. Or I'm not. What was I doing? Oh yeah, this. I think I need to change the variables in here. Yeah, default sword angle amount. I need sword, attack angle amount. Done. Code. I need to look at chat to see how long I am. How many seconds have I done this for? I need to look at chat. I need my fix of chat. Has it been a minute yet? I think it's been a minute. We need Subway Surfers gameplay at the bottom. You know what? I can look away at chat for longer. Okay. This interpolation isn't working. Why isn't it working? It's... Instead of trying to fix it, I just need to rewrite it. I have an attack timer that includes the end lag, so I can... I can do attack timer minus attack end lag divided by attack length, and we 1 minus the whole thing. There we go. What's your personal, biased, unobjective opinion on using 100 if statements instead of an actually normally working loop? What are you talking about, Undertale? Oh, hey, it worked. Okay, well. Well, going top to bottom isn't exactly working. I might debug that on off stream. Using 100 if statements is fine. If you're making a game, don't worry about good code, just worry about making code. Alright. What's next? I've heard in the coding world, if it works, then it's good. You're not wrong. I wonder. Okay, let's dial in these variables, I guess. Attack length, I probably want like 0.25. Attack end lag also. Let's just start with 0.25 on both. What if I do it like 0.125? Okay, if I mash, that happens. Alright, I'm heading out, Astrodwarf. See ya. See ya, Black Apple. Have I seen the new Kung Fu Panda movie? Nope. Have not. But what if I did even less on the attack length? What if I just did 0.1? Oh, I think I'm actually limited by this. Yeah, I'm limited by this. I wonder. Loving the music, by the way. Yeah, I just use a playlist that's already been made by someone else. If you will remember me, feature me in a video. Featuring you in a video, I'm gonna have to not feature you in a video, then I'm gonna have to forget you. Alright, I'm gonna start working every night to forget you, just so I don't have to feature anyone in a video ever. Yeah, but no Subway Surfers gameplay. You're never getting Subway Surfer gameplay. Oh, sorry. Does 3D game dev need more math than 2D, or do they need the same amount of math knowledge usually? 3D will always require more math knowledge than 2D. For example, if you're trying to, let's just say you're trying to calculate where two lines intersect in 2D. It's a fairly simple calculation, which I don't remember because I'm not in grade 7 anymore, so I haven't used that in so long, but like, it's not that hard in 2D. If you try to do it in 3D, all of a sudden 3D lines are actually way harder to calculate for. That's not really a good example. Let's look at trigonometry. In 2D, you have sine, cosine, tangent, whatever. Yeah, it's really simple. Here, you have to do it per you have to do your trigonometry per axis. So you have 3 times the amount of trigonometry for just one extra axis. Because your z-axis trigonometry is works with the x and y axes. Your y-axis trigonometry works with the x and z axes, and so on. 4D is harder. Yeah, 4D would be 3 times of what 3D is. Or 4 times what 3D is. It's not like 3D is terribly difficult. Most of the time, you don't need to know this fancy math. I'm just doing something fancy in this game. That's why I need to know it. Snas, you don't even need to know quaternions. What software do I use to code? Visual Studio.
Hello?
Okay, so I'll just increase that and see how it looks. Got to go Astrodorf. Started saying Astrodorf because it gets marked. See ya. Alright, see you around, Luca. You making single player or multiplayer? I'm not sure yet. I'm not quite sure whether I want to make single player or multiplayer. I want to fix this bug. I have no idea why it's doing that. Anyone can answer to save distracting. Astro further. No, I can answer this. Yeah, so when you're working with, it's not always T-pose. Actually, a lot more people like working with A-posing when they're modeling, because it's a more natural position, but it's basically the same thing. Basically, when you're done modeling a character, look at this beautiful character I'm drawing. It's a little bit more complicated than it's easier to rig. Why is it easier to rig? That's the question. What's the part you hate most about making games? It depends game to game. It depends game to game. After you're done working on your character, you've modeled your character, you need to do something called rigging it. Rigging it is basically attaching a skeleton to it so that so that it can move. So that parts of it can move like this. It actually moves like an actual human being rather than just being a floating T. So this has a bunch of bones in it so that it can bend its arms, move its shoulder around, move its head, stuff like that. So you need a rig for that, which basically says where all its bones are. Those bones, basically when those bones move around, how they work is it takes individual points on the character. Let's say we have a bone right here. That's the bicep. Basically, it'll affect these points. Basically, there's a map that says how strongly it affects certain points. It'll affect these points here more strongly than it'll affect these ones. The thing is often the reason you T-pose it is so that it's easier to tell which of these points get attached to which bone. So you can automatically do a lot of the work so that you can automatically tell, hey, these points go with this bone and these points go with this bone over here. You can automatically do it and then do a little bit of touch-up later rather than needing to do it all by hand. If you, say, had your arms at your side like this, for your default pose, then when you have a bone that's right here, well, when you have a bone that's right there, this bone will be inside the arm right away, by the way. It's so close to a bone that's also in the spine that the points that are here, it doesn't know whether these points get attached to the spine or attached to the arm. And so then it gets confused. And then it just starts attaching them to random stuff. So it's really hard to rig it when your arms are at your sides. You'll also find that the legs are slightly spread apart. They're not together, they're slightly spread apart. Not as much as the arms are, but they still are. Anyways, that's the long explanation of why you T-pose or A-pose stuff. And also, when you're modeling a character, what pose are you going to put them in when you're modeling them? It's also just easier to work with a T-pose. Cool, thanks for taking the time to explain. Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, that's one of the big reasons, honestly, probably the biggest reason that you T-pose. Is just because it's easier, like, when it's like this, I can get in and around, and I can look, oh, I can, like, texture stuff over here, and I can model this stuff over here. Like, I can just get in and around it easier. As opposed to it being in a different pose. There would be, like, it'd be kind of like this hoodie part, where it's like, oh, I need to get in here. It's hard to get my camera in here and adjusting stuff properly. It'd kind of be like that with other stuff if, say, your arms were bent or stuff like that. Okay. I want to fix this bug. I said I might do it off camera. I'm not going to do it off camera. I want to fix it. Alright, I think I fixed it. Glad I could help. Okay, so the horizontal slash is right. That one's right. That one's kind of right. It's just that I need to slow this down. That doesn't look right. It's angling. It's angling. Does the playlist have a name and kind of vibe into it? It's just on YouTube. It's a live stream. This part's correct. Well, this didn't help, so I'm just gonna go back to LERP. Astro chatting feels so special. Well, I mean, streamers actually taking notice of you guys rather than just making videos. I've had this thought many times. I think ZynthBeats is one of the best streamers I know. He's very, like, involved with his audience. I think he's a very good streamer, and so he will get big soon. But I also think that's one of the most unfortunate things that can happen, that he gets big. Because the bigger he gets, the harder and harder it gets for him to be able to chat with his audience and get to know them. It becomes harder and harder, even though, yes, he is a very good streamer. And so I think it's deserved, but it's unfortunate that it will happen. It's kind of like wishing misfortune on someone so that they're better at doing something. I don't know, it's hard to describe. Dwarf, can you name one of the characters in the game your name? No, none of the characters will have a name. Oh, you mean like sending something in chat. Oh, you don't mean actually just chatting with you guys. Okay. This bug. You gonna make this into a video? Yeah, I probably will make this into a video. I can never guarantee anything will be made into a video because the footage might suck. But I probably will make this into a video just because it's for a friend of mine's art contest, and I think I can make a good narrative out of that for, like, I am gonna destroy his own art contest, and then I think, honestly, the reaction footage from him will be great. I'm not sure it'll be a long video, though. That's the thing I'm worried about. I gotta make sure it's longer than 8 minutes, though. If anyone can tell me why, you get a cookie. Why it needs to be longer than 8 minutes. Monetization? Yes, but why? I mean, there is a reason beyond monetization, but why? In the sense of monetization, why? There are two reasons why. Mid-roll ads! Yes, you got it! Mid-roll ads! Now, there's actually a second reason why you want your video to be longer than 8 minutes. Why is that? There's a reason that has nothing to do with monetization. In fact, it's often called the 10 to 15 rule. I'm giving you a hint now. It's why you often want your videos to be between 10 and 15 minutes long. YT recommends it more. That's correct. Good job, Snas. You got it. Doesn't it score you based on time watch percentage? Not completely. If it's below 8 minutes, it doesn't. I don't know the algorithm, so I'm not completely sure. But like for YouTube recommending it more, that actually is true. If it's between 10 and 15 minutes, it'll recommend it more, and people will click on it more as well. Your click-through rate will be better because most people want to watch a 10 to 15 minute video. If you say have a half-hour video and someone's on their lunch break, a half-hour video might not fit into their lunch break, so they're like, okay, I'll watch that later. But if you have a 10 to 15 minute video and they're on their lunch break, then they can fit that in even if they watch the video before that. It's weird, like, sort of like theoretical math, but it's like, it actually is true. It does work. A 10-minute full watch video is better than 15 minutes of an hour watch video, etc. Yes, that is true. A 10-minute fully watched video is better than 15 minutes on an hour watched video. It's not 10 minutes, it's actually 8 minutes. It'll get recommended more, but at smaller sizes, it doesn't matter. And even at my size, it doesn't really matter, but still, I'll put the work into optimizing it, because why not? The thing is like, at the end of the day, I think still the most important thing is your viewer retention rating. So, like, what percentage of a video someone watched. I think that's still the most important thing on the platform. YouTube recommends it because watching 15 minutes of content is beneficial for them too. You spend more time on their platform. I guess. I don't completely know how the algorithm works. But I have bits and pieces that I do understand. That the more I also understand that, and no one else knows this, for some reason, I don't know how no one else knows this, that the more you upload, the more all of your content gets recommended. I mean, I shared this with you, Snas. That the more you upload, the more all of your content gets recommended, which is why I stream. But it's actually why I started streaming. It's not why I stream now. I also noticed, as soon as I started streaming again, guess which video got recommended to people more? My latest upload. The one that's been doing terribly. If you're gonna make it 10 minutes, the video gonna be like 5 minutes of actual game dev, it just... And the rest just straight yapping. It's all scripted, all of my videos. They're all scripted. Don't worry about being 5 minutes of actual game dev and the rest just yapping. It'll never turn into that. It's all scripted. Daily vlog incoming. I'm not making daily vlogs. That's not my style. I enjoy making other videos. Okay, I need to squash this bug. It's over here. Okay, we have default sword angle minus... Okay, so default sword angle is flat. We have the... This is an Euler. What if I just reset this back to where it was? Bro's not getting anything done with chat distracting him. That's fine. Okay, yeah, that's what happens. That's what I thought. I don't think I ever said that I streamed so that I can... Oh, wait, I know what's going wrong. I know what's going wrong. I think... This one I need to add, not subtract, so that it keeps the same... So it keeps the same Z angle as before. Go to general? Okay, what's going on in general? Well, that sure is one of the pictures I've ever seen in general. I want 5 seconds on this. That looks good, but horizontal always looked good. Let's go! I fixed the bug! I don't know why it does this, though, if I just mash. But hey, you can wave your hands in the air. Will I ever fix this bug? Actually, maybe, because I might know what it is. Or I might be able to figure it out. Okay, so what's happening is... the attack timer will go down to 0 here. While the sword is still going up. When the sword is resetting, the timer... Oh. Yeah, I know what's happening. Okay. I don't feel like I need to fix it right now. By the way, out of curiosity, if you don't mind, where are you from? I am from Canada. I don't know, that's about all I can say. I was gonna have a bit, but I just had no bit planned. I really should fix that bug, shouldn't I? Careful, it's quite a small place. You'll be easy to find now. Sure. Of the 38 million people in Canada, I'm one of them. Of the second largest country in the world, I'm somewhere in it. I don't think, like, saying I'm in Canada, nobody's gonna find me from me saying I'm in Canada. But people might find me from saying that I'll be at Riptide 2024. Would you say your surroundings are rather green? No, they're pretty brown this time of year. Brown and white. Although, snow is usually brown. Brown? Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. Snow is very slippery. And if snow melts a little bit, it gets very icy when it remelts. So when you have snow on roads, you want to know what you do? You want to know what you do to prevent people from sliding on roads? You put sand on it. You put sand and a mixture of sand and salt on it, which looks disgusting. But it keeps people from sliding through intersections. So that's why it's brown, and second reason it's brown is because all of the grass is dead if you can see any grass. That's the second reason everything's brown. Snow is slippery. Knowledge? Not completely. Snow isn't completely slippery. Wet snow is, though. Brown snow, yeah. Not much snow over here in NB. Do you mean New Brunswick by NB? Or do you mean something else? Somewhere else? Nebraska. No, New Brunswick? Oh, you're in Canada? I didn't know that. I heard that's, in... Where was it? I think it was Nova Scotia, that they had a terrible winter this year. The worst bit is when it's not fluffy enough and it basically becomes an ice rink. Oh. I think the worst bit is when it comes out of when snow comes out of a surprise in October. Nobody has their winter tires on yet. To be fair, though, I did drive for 2 years a car that had no winter tires, it had no ABS, and it had no traction control, and I never once hit anything. Because I am a good driver. I was in high school at the time. I had just gotten my license. That was my first car for 2 years. And if you live in Canada and you know that you don't have ABS, you don't have traction control, and you don't have winter tires, why are you on the road? It should be illegal. Should be, it's not, but... You like motorbikes too? I wasn't driving a motorbike. It was a car. It was a really old trashy Hyundai Elantra. Welcome here, Pixel Games. Oh. Anyways, coding. Yeah, I'm gonna fix it. I don't know what else to do, so I'm just gonna fix it. Fix the bug. Oh, nice. I like motorbikes, so... Oh, okay. Never mind. I misread. One more coding stream. Let's go! This should keep you guys, like, entertained for the next 3 months. I don't have to do another coding stream for months now. Are you not entertained? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Snas. Okay, if attack timer is less than attack length is greater than attack length, that's what I want. Then I put all of this stuff in, except for that one. I put all of this stuff inside of there. And then I do else, and then this is gonna be our end leg. So our end leg, I want to animate the sword back to where the mouse is. Essentially, we're doing this, except we're doing a slow interpolation. And then private vector 3. Let's just add another vector 3. What's wrong with having a bunch of variables? I'm just gonna have sword end attack pause. Sword end attack pause equals sword pause buffer. I'm just gonna put that there, so as soon as we go into here, I have something to interpolate off of. Dot lerp. And then welcome here, links. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna assume it's pronounced links. Links. Isn't it easier to see the code if you have word wrapping? Kind of. I just hate word wrapping when coding. If you're working on a text document, it's fine, but the thing is, like, word wrapping here just messes with my brain. I'm fine with scrolling over. Welcome here, SDHT. We're just coding. T value should be attack timer divided by attack and lag. It's counting down to 0, so I actually need to flip these around. There we go. And I need to do the same thing with rotation. Private, quaternion, sword, and attack angle. Love the background music? Yeah, I kind of like it. It's just a Nintendo lo-fi YouTube stream. That's all it is. Allows me to avoid copyright and not worry about what I'm playing. And I kind of like it. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. So now I think I fixed the bug I was having before when I'm mashing. It just causes stuff. So if I mash now. Yep, I fixed it. Perfect. Yeah. I'm very invested now. Cha 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 cha. Oh, sorry. Gotta be professional now. But welcome back, QW Games. To see you made it. Yep. I am in fact still alive. I am in fact still making stuff. Bug demolished. Yeah, bug was absolutely abolished from this planet. Plot twist, he's actually just typing up some random stuff and has a video playing gameplay, just doing for the views. I mean, if I ask why did you start streaming, because I had a theory about the YouTube algorithm that the more, there's actually two reasons. I had a theory about the YouTube algorithm that the more you post, the more all of your content gets recommended. Which was actually ended up being true. So streaming actually helps me to make more content so that all of my content gets recommended more without actually making more videos, because my videos just take a long time to make. And the second reason was to motivate myself to code, because I was working on a project at the time and I was like, I really don't want to make this, but I gotta make it for a video. So if I stream it, then I'm forced to code. I just have to code because people are watching. I can't just procrastinate then if I'm streaming. I got, well, right now, 11 people here that are forcing me to code. Am I gonna make another dev challenge wheel video? Eventually. I don't know when. I do like how this is turning out, though. You can see that I haven't posed the hands at all, though. They're just lying flat on the sword. It's actually... It feels kind of nice, not gonna lie. Am I using Astro Super Shader? No, this is just like the default VTuber shader that I'm using. That like every single VTuber program uses. The reason is because this isn't actually, this is ZynthBeats, my friend, and I'm putting him into a game. So I'm using the VTuber shader that he uses on my game. Is there a way to play your Spot the Difference game from the last video? Yes, the link to the game is in the description. It's on itch.io. My brain, Dark Souls on a what? Xbox Kinect? Kind of. It's the easiest way to describe it. What I'm doing, let me open it. I can show you a little bit. I don't actually have it programmed yet. I'm programming it first to run on mouse and keyboard because it's easier to debug. Later on, I'll add the extra Xbox, quote-unquote, Xbox Kinect stuff. Essentially, my friend is hosting an art contest to, quote-unquote, put Z in the game that he's made. He's probably expecting people to do paintings. I'm doing a full-out game for it because I'm an overachiever and I get to make a video on it, free content. Essentially, he is a VTuber. This is his VTuber model. I made it as punishment for him. I know, so punished. But this is his VTuber model. I can hack into, in this VTuber model, I can actually move around in here. Just because it's connected to my camera, I can hack into this, and I can apply those movements into the game. As you can see here. And so, that will be part of the controls for the game, kind of like Xbox 360-esque. And then also I have mouse and keyboard, mouse here for controlling the sword. I think it's just cool. OMG, a streamer that responded to my comment on the first time. I mean, this is a coding stream for me. It's about 90% of me just looking at chat talking and about 10% of me looking at code like, why is this bug here? And then like a 0.0000001% of like actually making cool code. I honestly have no idea what I need to do next though, because I just finished with like making the sword attack. This is all procedurally generated. I might make it look better later on, but for now, it's that. And then I debugged a bunch of stuff with it. And so I'm just thinking, what do I do next now? I can look at my game dev document, figure it out. mean, I could do some art. I could actually turn this into looking like something actually good. Fun fact, I can make very basic models. Yeah, that's awesome. You can do some 3D modeling. Can you make voice lines? I could make voice lines for this. Will the game be as hard as Dark Souls? I hope it is. I hope it is hard. I'm gonna try to make it that way. That's even though it's just for like a silly art contest and it's a silly game, I'm trying to make the controls like actually have some depth to it. Ooh, I could fix this blocking because when I'm blocking on this side, I want his arms to be down like here. And then holding the sword up, like just like on this side. I could also do hand switching. That's another thing I can do. Shove the game into a blender now. That's how you make good games. I could also do UI stuff. I kind of want to do art. It'll be fun. I will need to go to the Unity asset store, though. Oh. Making a Dark Souls game for an art contest, that's right. I'm an overachiever, but it's also for content, so I mean, I'm kind of justified in doing it. Oh, Unity asset store. What assets do I need? Okay, I need... First thing I'm gonna need Pro Builder in here. Just wait for that to download. I'm gonna need like a stone texture for the floor, some grass texture for environment, trees, bushes, stuff like that. Do you know how to make bevels in Blender since it's broken and I literally can't? You can check. Oh, first of all, if you're trying to use the bevel tool and it's not working, there are different modes to the bevel tool, so you might be on the wrong mode for the bevel tool. Another thing is that your vertices might not actually be connected. So that might be causing problems where it's where you have two vertices right on top of each other. Gone to 4,000 different tutorials. Okay, so you might have vertices that are on top of each other. Allow me to explain it with Krita. So what you might have, let's say you have 4 squares here. Four squares. You have, let's go red. You have one vertice right here in the middle. No, let me draw this a different way because you're talking about beveling. Okay, let's say you have a cube. You have this edge here. And you have this vertice right here. You have another vertice here because the cube goes back there. You're trying to bevel this top edge of the cube. This vertice right here might actually be 2 vertices. So for example, we have this face here, and it has its own vertice, but it doesn't share that vertice with this face over here. So that can cause problems with beveling, but it's very hard to find. So you can try taking this vertice, moving it around. If you see that there's still a vertice there, you know that they're not connected. And so you need to connect those for the bevel to work. That can happen sometimes when you're modeling in certain ways. I can't guarantee that's the problem, and I can't guarantee you don't have other problems if that is one of them. But that might be part of it. Who needs school when you have Astro? You do, actually. Fun fact. Let's look up bushes. I'm gonna look up bushes on Unity Asset Store, see if I can find any. I'm gonna make sure that they're free, because I'm a cheapskate. Ooh, these bushes are actually really nice. I need like a couple of trees. They need to be like dead trees. You're gonna start a stream to try to use bevel? Sorry to ask again, but how did you make the animation procedural? Sorry, I have no idea how to spell that. Okay, so the way that the animation is procedural is that there is no, like, there's different types of animation. Procedural is basically when your animation is, is generated by code. So if you have code that tells, oh, the leg should move here during the walking animation, then it would be procedural. Whereas if you just have a file that says, here's what the walking animation should look like, then that's not procedural. So the way I did that, there's a lot of stuff. So I think the biggest thing is just inverse kinematics. So I'm running some, let me press play, just so I can show you. I'm running some inverse kinematics on this, so let's say if I move this around, you can see that the leg follows it. This is just something that, this is just a package for Unity, where I just have set up over here a rig, and then I also have like a bunch of different things. Like I have 2-bone IK constraints for like everything. And then I also have one for the, head, but it's on an invisible dummy that you can't see. It's inverse kinematics. That's how I did it. The sword stuff is more complicated. It's more so that I'm just moving the hands with the sword is how I do the sword stuff. You're not supposed to look at this from the front. Too much for my tiny brain to handle. All right. But yeah, that's kind of how I did it procedural. Inverse kinematics isn't technically procedural, but the fact that I'm using code to control the inverse kinematics does make it procedural. Goofy Climber mentioned it literally was not SNAS. If you could choose between end world hunger, no one will know that you did it, or 10 million, everyone will know that you choose the money over fixing world hunger. I'll fix world hunger. Keep your 10 million. I don't care if people know that I did it. Actually, if I did fix world hunger, I wouldn't want people to know that I did it. Fixing world hunger includes yourself. That I would fix world hunger for myself. No more getting hangry as you will never miss lunch. I don't miss lunch. I have lunch right before I stream, which is sometimes why I'm late for streaming. Anyways, I'm looking for trees. I'm looking for free trees. I have a really nice bushes pack I can use, but I need trees. And I want them to be like dead trees. Oh, dream. Oh, those are really pretty. That's really pretty. Man, some of these trees look really good. Man. How I Google it, dead tree free, please, 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 please. I'm on the Unity asset store, so like, I'm not like looking at free tree, please, 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 and I'm not worrying about copyright stuff. Got to go, got to sleep. All right, see you, Speedy Go. Have a good night. Sorry, I'm looking at all this stuff off camera. Okay, what else do I need? I need like stone bricks textures, stuff like that. Ground textures, I guess. Man, Unity Asset Store stuff has gotten so much better than it used to be. Although I did start, like, making games a long time ago, so... I need a stone texture. I'll show you guys all the stuff I'm looking at. I just don't want to accidentally show something wrong on screen. Oh, actually, that one looks really nice. That's, like, perfect. It nearly feels like cheating, so some of it's so good. Finally, bubble tool works, let's go! Yeah, I mean, like, when you're getting random assets from other people, you do still need to make sure that you're having stylistic consistency. You can't just grab whatever looks cool and put it in a game, because it might look terrible together. And you still need the artistry to make, like, the lighting and stuff like that work with it and look good. Something I do not have, that kind of artistry. So I'm gonna try this time to make it look good. Okay, so first of all, bushes pack. Very simple low poly bushes, but these are gonna like work perfectly. And then Dream Forest. I mean, it comes with like 2 little shrubs and then a bunch of trees. This is the kind of trees I wanted. Very like sparse and like skinny trees. I didn't want them to be like very bushy. Leaving the stream now. Bye. All right, see you, Michael Morris. See ya. That should be like nice, nice, very nice. Unity Asset Store is nice, nice. All right. And then ground textures. There's a lot of ground textures here I can work with. I'm going to be like painting a terrain for this, so it's going to be nice. And then like the actual arena floor itself, I wanted it to be stone brick, so this like works really well. Look at that, it's even got a height map. Oh. Anyways, those are the assets I have. They look really good. Alright. Add to my assets. Accept standard license. Add to my assets. You just finished a YouTube vid? Let's go, Astronite. Now your 22 subscribers will actually have something to watch. They're begging for new content. All right. There we go. Perfect. And then this one open in Unity. And this one open in Unity. And this one? Alright, perfect. Alright, 23 subs you mean? Oh, Mr. Big Man! With the big sub count! Hippity hoppity, your work is now my property. Yeah, that's how Unity assets work. Goodbye, going to bed. Alright, see you, Pixel Games. Astro never watched my content though, lol. Ugh. Oh. Import. Yeah, fix now. I love importing stuff. Oh. Yo, I heard you have a very small YT channel, so I decided to rebrand your logo for Sub Special. What are you putting that in the Discord? I'm afraid of what you're gonna come up with. It's probably the latest image you sent in the Discord, right? Finally making a map? Probably. I can't think of anything else to code that I want to code right now, so I'm just gonna start working on art. Astro, there's a camera pointing at you right now. What? What is the best YouTube editor free? DaVinci. DaVinci Resolve, by far. It's not even close. You will need a little bit of a PC, and it does take quite a bit to learn if you want something that doesn't take time to learn. I think Microsoft has Microsoft Clipchamp, which works. Definitely free. It is free. Or define free. You didn't have to pay for it. It just deleted my entire scene. It just deleted all my work by me importing that. Well, anyways, who wanted to go for round 2 on making everything all over again? Well then. Can I just, like, close that and then, reopen it and we'll come back and I'm pretty sure it saved itself. Nope, it didn't work. Apparently you can just edit HTML on a website so you remove the heart button. Looks amazing without it, yeah. That's fair. Dummy tracker. Time to edit for 2 hours? Yeah, that's accurate. Two streams worth of stuff gone? No, it's not 2 streams worth of stuff gone. Although it does suck. A lot of it... a lot of it's still around. Like, a lot of it is just the code that I did. You ever just stare at the monitor, not even in anger, just pure disappointment after failing something so badly and messing up the whole thing? Yeah, I have. This isn't one of those moments. I'm not thinking of, oh, I'm such a disappointment, or like, oh, that sucks so much, oh, I'm angry. I'm not thinking any of that. I'm just going, okay, I need to fix all of this. I don't even remember how to set this up. I don't remember how to set up the tracking. Basically right now I'm just gonna put my head down and just get everything back. What's the time limit on this? I have until the end of March. So I have time. Just disappointing that everything got deleted in less than a second. I have no idea how to exit Vim. I know nothing about Vim because I don't use it. Astro, make me entertained. Gaming. There you go. That should entertain me for the next 5 minutes. Okay, and I can auto set that up. It's fine. I wasn't happy with the ARM IK anyways. I can work on it then. No, I'm not adding Subway servers better. I changed my mind, Splatoon is better. No, I'm not grieving. I'm just putting my head down and working to get everything back. Because now it's like, if I continue to stream like I normally do, and just like be entertaining and like I just read chat and like nothing happens, nothing's gonna happen, and I'm not gonna get my work back, but I'm gonna try to get it back, get as much back as possible today. I'm not gonna get it all back before the stream ends. Should completely ignore us? I am a little bit right now, just because it all got deleted. Also, welcome here, Luba. Unfortunately, you came at a bad time, Luba. Literally everything, all of my work all my work in this scene got deleted, so I'm just kind of trying to get it all back. Yeah, it was an accident by me. It's kind of my fault. Probably should do that less than it was before because the hands weren't attaching at the end of the animation, I noticed. I think that's what all the variables were at before. Spot the difference by Astro to be at the bottom of the screen. That happened to you once, now you press Control S every 5 seconds? No, that's why it actually got ruined, is because I pressed Control S every 5 seconds. It was when I was importing something, and I can't Control Z it. It wasn't that it crashed, Luba. It was that I imported something, and something I imported overwrote all of my entire scene. You never use other assets mostly? I never use them either. I just am on a schedule for this one and I want it to look nice, so I'm using other people's assets that they're making available for free. I'm fine with it for this project. If I'm ever making like something I want to post on Steam, like no, I'm not using other people's projects, other people's assets. I need to remake the sword, which isn't that hard. It's a debug sword. Hope you can reconstruct it. Thanks. I will be able to reconstruct it. Like, I'm not worried about that. It'll just take time. was hoping to work on other stuff right now. Is this how small I had it before? Yeah, it seems more like what I had. We could reverse the stream. That is true. If I am wondering, hey, what did I do here at this point? Or anything like that, technically you can just reverse it. And look back. This sword isn't, like, terribly important if I get it right, because it's, like, it's just a debug sword. It's not meant to look good. Actually, I just realized something I need to do with this sword. I need to rotate around the hill, around the crossguard. That's a mistake I had before. Alright, and there's the sword. Okay. We might at least... Oh, camera needs to be there. I think it was at 2. And I angled it down like 20 degrees. I guess you could really say that this truly was an Astrodorf. I'm not sure what you mean by that, unless you're coining the phrase, this was an Astrodorf as a moment where you accidentally import something and delete all of your work. Are you coining a new phrase, or are you implying something that I'm not getting? Let's see if this works. Oh, it's running into an error and canceling the loop. Let me quickly make a enemy object. the object cube. Alright, there we go. I forgot to add the enemy to the player. I think everything's set, all except for like the animation stuff. Does seem to be working. I do need to... I don't remember what this was at. Man, I wish it was a dwarf Astra. I've never said that. Love what Astra said it's dwarven type. We are making up fake quotes right now. Someone's gonna say, I love when Astra said, yes, Your Honor, I did in fact drive that man over with a car. Someone's gonna say something like that. Okay. I'm gonna have to redo the hand placement, which actually took me quite a while last night. I'm gonna have to redo it. I can do the specifics of the hand placement off camera again. Yeah, I can just get them placed and... Yeah, 0.125. Hello again, what are you doing? Recovering from accidentally getting all my work deleted. That's what we're doing. Just an unfortunate import. Gotta get back some skulls, but love the vibe of the stream. Not gonna lie, stay Skyfall. Strange that you're saying love the vibe of the stream as soon as I went quiet and I'm just like focusing on getting all my work back. Kind of. That elbow position sucks. Title answers your question? Yeah, I guess. What's going on with that? The hands are doing a bird now. Hands are definitely in the wrong spot, but that's fine for now. Oh, that is way faster than he should be going. That's too slow now. Okay. I think... it's at least playable again, I think. That gameplay makes me remember about the Wii Sports minigame. You mean Wii Sports Resort? That's intentional. I pulled a reference from Wii Sports Resort, the swordplay minigame. Yeah, I kind of like it. This is gonna end up being like a Dark Souls-like game, but like hard and like a really small one, but like it'll be fun. Yeah, it's for an art contest my friend's putting on. Essentially, he's a streamer on Twitch at twitch.tv/ZynthBeats. Yes, got another plugin. He's putting on an art contest where the theme of the contest is to put Zinth in a game that he's played. So I am literally putting him into a game that he has played. Kind of. The game will be actually controlled with his VTuber software, which is actually why this character's here. This is actually ZynthBeats. Say hi. I actually made his model. Long story. I am literally... Yeah. I'm going to be using his VTuber software as the way to play the game. So leaning left moves left, leaning right moves right, leaning back forwards, back goes back and forward. And so I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be really cool, and I'm going over the top, and I can make content out of it. I can make a video out of it. Just kind of, yeah, right now. Ugh. I think I'm gonna end stream there. I'm gonna try to fix the rest of this stuff off camera that went wrong. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, thanks. I'm going to head off there, actually have some food, and not die. We need Discord. Discord is in the description. What do you need? We need Discord, SNAS. 5 to 10 business day. I'm getting there. I was about to click on it.